patch 8. Guide to new subclasses. Oh my god. I have a question. This is a really stupid question, and it's one I feel I should have the answer to already. But as a streamer, is it okay to show everything that is in BG3 you know, fully to fully expose everything that BG3 has to offer? Is that a thing that is allowed, you know, without any without even, it's part of the game, then you can show it. Okay. So it's fully allowed. All right. Thanks. It could get pretty spicy then.
Fire up your character creators. Baldur's Gate 3's patch 8 has a ton of exciting new additions, and maybe most exciting of all is the fact that there's a whole brand new subclass for each of the existing 12 classes in the game. That's Bard, Barbarian, Cleric, Druid, Paladin, Fighter, Monk,
Druid,
Ranger, Rogue,
Paladin,
Sorcerer, Warlock, and Wizard. We'll be taking you through each of those in more detail at a later date, along with insight from the devs that made them. But before all that, we wanted to do a really quick rundown of each class and why they might be your first choice to create another new tab. We're doing 4-pair video in this series, so let's start with my personal favorite class, the Bard. Drawing inspiration from the Feywild, College of Glamour bards captivate both friend and foe, commanding attention, reverence, and compliance. Fierce in every sense of the word, they can use Mantle of Inspiration to bestow allies with 5 temporary hit points. And if an enemy attacks those allies, they may also be charmed. You could potentially double this up with a Glamour bard's other hidden talent, Mantle of Majesty, which lets the bard command charmed enemies to flee, move closer, freeze, drop to the ground, or drop their weapon. That's kind of hot, right? Not just me. If huge rippling muscles are more your thing,
What?
And yeah, I see the vision. Maybe try a Path of Giants Barbarian
I can
instead.
see it.
Being able to tap into the raw primal strength of a giant allows these barbarians to throw stuff, people included, over greater distances, and deal greater damage by chucking stuff at things you
mean throw things over into the abyss, right? That's actually how you beat the game easily. This is the most OP strategy.
It has pockets, crowd. Enjoy the increased carry capacity that comes from being so darn big and strong. Death Domain clerics are necromancers who revel in death and decay, boasting an array of necrotic-themed spells and 3 necromantic new cantrips. Aww, you shouldn't have. Our favourite is the powerful Toll the Dead cantrip, in which a spell signals your enemy's demise and deals damage that scales up if the foe you're targeting has already been hurt and is no longer at full HP. And, just for funsies, we've added the ability to explode nearby corpses for extra damage and, let's be honest, pizzazz.
That's pretty cool.
The final new subclass for this video is the Circle of Stars Druid. Taking their inspiration from the night sky, these druids draw on the power of starlight to guide their hand and add to their existing wild shape abilities additional forms imbued with the infinite power of the cosmos.
I love
Circle of Stars Druids can access starry forms for their power. Constellations that embody a wise dragon, a healing chalice, or a radiant astral archer. Each form is an option to enhance your role as a healer, fighter, or strategist. The archer deals radiant damage with arrows.
Oh, I love the archer.
The chalice restores hit points to you and your allies, and the dragon helps you deal damage with an added bonus to your constitution rolls. And unlike other druid wild shape uses, you'll still be able to access all your other spells in starry form. That's it for this initial part of our quick guide to choosing your first patch 8 subclass. But even if one of these tickled your fancy, there are still 8 more to go before you should make your decision, so do check out parts 2 and 3 before you rush back to Faerun.
What do y'all think?
Who are we kidding? You're going to be playing all 12, aren't you? Yeah, us too.
No. It's party time. Yeah. Well, I really like Circle of Stars, and I quite like the Bard, the Feywild inspired one with the charming and things. I definitely want to play this when it comes out. But did they have any hints? This is from a month ago. What do we think? When do we think it's gonna come out? You're gonna play all 12, aren't you? Never have I been so offended by something that's completely and utterly true. I think that I would want to first complete my playthrough of the Dark Urge Paladin. That's important. I feel like I would have to do that. Or I could start a new Dark Urge that's good, though it's a druid. Maybe we can put it up to chat to decide, actually. That might be a good idea for a sub goal or something. I've spent so much time in this game, and a lot of it is, frankly, character creator. I think I've finished up through... I've got pretty far. I have gotten really far. There's like the Deadlands area, and I've completed that campaign part. And then there was the part right after that with Baldur's Gate when you first arrive. And like soon after arriving there, I think that's the farthest point that I've reached. So there's still so much left for me to do that I have never seen. And in that like dead gray area, there's so much. I think when I went through there, I just beeline through the story. And I missed a lot of side stuff. So there's a lot of content waiting. Especially, you know, finding out what happens. Finding out what happens at the end. So. Act 3 is as large as Act 1 and 2 combined. What? Holy crap.